Happy Sunday. Just getting the other platforms ready. Waiting for Eric's heads up. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening for you, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for joining me and welcome to your practice. So we're going to start off today. In about 2 minutes, we're going to really get into the hips, okay? During this quarantine time, we may be doing a little bit more sitting than we're used to, on our chairs, on our desks. Right? I find that my friends that are working from home are having longer days than they would have if they were in the office. And sitting can be so taxing on the hip flexors, on the lower back, right? In this entire sacral chakra region, just the hips, the pelvis, the psoas, that whole area. So today we're just gonna work to get into it, open it up, release some tension there. Tension can get stored up in the hips really quickly because it's sort of our center for emotion, creativity, creation. So we want to free up some of that energy and allow us to move more fluidly around this quarantine situation. So let's get started. If you have any props you want to grab, you can grab some blocks, which again, I always say you can use a textbook if you don't have a block, so you don't have to have a block. A mat if you like, a towel, a blanket, anything you can use to modify things that you can find around your house. If you want to sit up right now on a blanket, folded blanket, you can do that to prop the hips up a little bit. And then go ahead and start by bringing the bottom of your feet together for Tadasana. So Baddha Konasana, right, is a little bit closer with the bottom of the feet together. We want Tadasana, so we want it to be a little bit further apart. The hips are propped up. If you're feeling like already this is a lot, you can take your blocks, place them on the outside of your knees, all right? And then just find a place where you can sort of sit comfortably. Interlace all of your fingers. Bring your pointer finger together. This is Venus Mudra, so the thumbs are also overlapping. This is the mudra of love, of trust, of confidence, and we're going to be using this to sort of move forward in our practice. So let's start with some Ujjayi breathing. We're going to first take a deep inhale right in through your nostrils. And then as you exhale, shine your heart forward, grab your mudra, and just bring it close to your feet, maybe even wrapping your toes. But keeping that pointer finger, the Venus Mudra of love, still very much active. And then here you're just going to allow yourself to fold, okay? Don't worry so much about rounding in your spine, but try to move forward with the heart and let the head fall naturally wherever it falls. And once you arrive there, we're going to begin with our deep belly breathing. So take a deep inhale through your nostrils. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale out through your nose. Deep inhalation, expand the belly up to the chest. Exhale out through the nose, feeling your navel come close to your spine. Inhale through your nostrils. Feel the belly filling up like it were a balloon. And then let's find that Ujjayi slight constriction in your throat. Fully emptying the belly out. Deep inhale through the nostrils. We're going to continue with this pattern. And then find that oceanic breath, that slight constriction. Take 3 more deep, full breaths at your own pace, right in your Tadasana. Full exhale to fold. slowly bring your gaze upward, come out of your Uttanasana, Venus Mudra at the heart. And then we're going to just remove the blocks from our knees. If you had them there, place them in the front of your mat. And take a wide-legged straddle, spread the legs nice and wide. And again, just to a place that's comfortable for you. It's still very early in our practice, okay? So even if you're going to be kind to yourself, keep it a little bit closer. Flex the toes so that they're nice and engaged and active and protecting our knees. Come back to your Venus Mudra. Send the Venus Mudra up towards the ceiling. And then slice the hair out in front of you. Round your spine and think cat pose. And then allow the heart to shine forward, maybe even tilt your pelvis forward. As you lift and look up towards the ceiling, think cat pose. Cat pose. And then round the spine and the exhale. Stick with that Ujjayi breathing. And send it forward, up and around as you lift up out of your ribs. And inhale. Exhale to round. Let's take a few more, keeping the feet active. Keep the shoulder blades on your back. Last one like this. Slice the air forward, reach through your mudra, and then bring it back to your heart, come into a neutral spine. And now we're going to eagle wrap our arms, okay? So just bring the palms together and let the elbows touch, okay? Now take your right arm, or your left arm, I'm going to mirror you. Take your left arm, bring it underneath the right arm, okay? So it looks like this. If you want to go a little bit further and you're more flexible, you can take that left arm and grab hold of the right wrist. Take a deep inhale, and then just lean over towards the right side on the exhale, kind of using this eagle wrap as an anchor, okay? And then ground into your left sitting bone, into your left glute, go heavy there. So you get a nice stretch in your side body, and then reach up with the elbows to stay lifted in your chest. Look up towards the ceiling and relax your neck down towards the right. Come back to the center, okay? Switch your eagle wrap arms. So right hand underneath the left, okay? Back of the palms are touching, or you can grab hold of the wrist and just lean into it on the left side. Relax the neck. Feet are still very actively engaged. And let's take that one more time on either side. Switch your eagle wrapped arms. Reach over towards the right. Relax the neck. Heavy in your left glute. And over to the other side. Switch up your wrap. And lean in over towards the right. Back to our center space, palms come to your heart. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. If you want to grab a block here, it's usually so yummy to do so. Place it right in front of you. You can place the forearms onto your blocks. Okay, and then again, continue to shine the heart forward and relax the head and the neck. Some of you may want a little bit more, okay, and you might want to bring your forearms down to the ground. And some of us might even want more, and you'll bring your heart space down to the ground. Okay? So wherever you are today in your practice, take 3 full deep Ujjayi breaths right here. So good. Mindfully lift up out of yourself. Place your blocks back at the front of your mat. Pick up your knees. Tuck your navel into your spine and bring your knees in close to you. Okay? Feet are flat onto our floor. We're going to rock the knees side to side. Now we're going to find a figure 4 shape. Okay? So start off by first just lengthening out the right leg. Okay? Keep the right foot active like you've been doing. Place your left foot like a figure 4 right above that right knee. Okay? This could be enough for you, right? Maybe you find the leg is a little bit higher. So then hang out here. Imagine kneading your thigh like it was dough, okay? And externally rotate that hip out. If you want a little bit more, place your hands right at your side and start to bend that right knee, okay? So here we are in figure 4. Often we take this on our back as start the needle pose, right? And then the closer you bring your hips to your foot or your foot to your hips, the deeper you'll go in your stretch. And then notice we don't want our shoulders to round here. We want to broaden through the collarbone, shine your heart forward, right? Anahata, the heart chakra. Allow it to shine forward, maybe even look up at the ceiling. Rock a little side to side. You can work on some of that mobility in your hip. Good. Let's undo the crisscross. Right? Straighten out your legs. Shake them out, shake them out. Okay, and then figure 4 on this side. You'll put your right foot right above the left knee. You'll keep your left foot nice and active. You can stay here, work to open and externally rotate this thigh or bend the knee. Hands are next to you and you'll find a figure 4 shape. Broaden through your chest. Look up at the ceiling. Keep your right foot active. And maybe you'll rock side to side. Good. Altar pose to come out of it, guys. Both your feet are flat and parallel. Use the glutes to lift up your hips. Okay? And relax the head down away from your shoulders. Take a deep inhale here. And open your mouth to side out. Lower it all the way back down. And we're going to come onto tabletop, hands and knees. If you want to now move the blanket to be underneath your knees, that's great, you can do that. Okay, give yourself some added support. Now in here we want to just walk a little bit further forward than you usually would. Okay, so it's a little of a wider tabletop stance. Okay, and then a few Sufi circles here, so nice and round into the hips. You may come forward as if you were coming into a baby cobra. You may send it all the way back like you were coming into a child or balasana. And start to make the circles big and wide in one direction. Spread the fingertips wide and notice any areas of tension, of tightness. If you do notice it, just kind of maybe hang out in that area. Take a few deep breaths, allow it to open before you continue on in your circular journey here. Moving forward, right? Leaving this past behind, moving forward and taking on our new world. Switch up the directions of your Sufi circle. If you haven't done so already, maintain the balance. You notice for me, my left side's a little bit tighter than my right. So my shifting my hips to the left always feels a little funnier than when I do it on my right side. So just working towards building that balance though, right? We all have those nuances in our bodies. One last big Sufi circle. So good. Then cup your armpits in towards each other as you guide your hips down towards your heels and take a child's pose. Bring your third eye down towards the ground, towards the earth. And just surrender to the earth, to the universe. Making room for what's to come, right? As you come on forward, this time stack the hands right underneath your shoulders. You can grab blocks, place them underneath your hands here if you want to. Let's rise up into a plank. Straighten out your legs. Now in our plank pose, like I said, you want to make sure your hands are aligned with the shoulders, okay? And reach out through your heels, get very, very tall and long in your plank. Give yourself plenty of space here. And then go ahead and just lift up the right foot off the ground a few inches and lower. Lift up the left foot off the ground a few inches, lower, right? So we're just gonna lift and lower. And as you're doing that, keep the core tight. If you want a modification, come onto your knees and then lift up one leg. Keep the core tucked in, protect your low back, and lower it down. So that's the other option that you can choose, where you're taking it standing, lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Lower the knees down, take a child's pose. Relax the head and the neck. Deep inhale, full exhale out. Come on back up to plank pose. Plank crunches. So bring your right knee in towards your chest, ground the spine, lower it back down. Left knee into your chest, maybe need a nose, lower it back down, okay? 3 more times on either side. Keep your core tight. You can also take this with one knee down as you're alternating, okay? You have that option. Last round. Good. Now from here, guys, if you did grab blocks, maybe put them off to the side. Lower just your knees down. Walk the hands forward a little bit more. Lower the chest down and then lower your chin down. So knees, chest, chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. Slide forward. Place the pelvis onto your mat. Broaden through your collarbones. Tuck the elbows. Lift up into baby cobra. Don't forget to breathe here. Slowly lower it back down onto the belly. Lift up the hands for a half Chalavasana. Very early still. Bring your hands right back next to your elbows. Tuck your toes, send it all the way back for a child's pose. Come on back up to plank. Good. Now this time from here, guys, I want you to find a plank squat. So you're going to bend your knees generously as much as you can, okay? Shift all of the way towards the back of the body. And notice that when you do that, you get some energy building up here, right? So you can come forward into plank. And then come back down into that squat. Come forward into plank. You're going to do that 5 times. Lower, build the energy, feel your glutes working. Pop it forward. And look forward, because you want to look at where you want to go. The body will follow. 2 more. Last one. Plank pose. This time lower yourself down as one solid straight line. Whew, keep the elbows tucked. Push into your palms, lift up to your heart. Baby cobra. Lower it back down, lift up your chest, use your hands to lift up for a half Chalavasana. And slowly bring your hands back next to your elbows. This time come back into tabletop. And then let's find our first downward facing dog. You can grab blocks here to support your wrist. And then send your hips up and back. In our downward facing dog, fingertips are spread out. Pointer fingers are facing forward. Triceps hug in, biceps hug out. Think about reaching the heels down towards the ground, but they don't have to touch. Most importantly, I want you to engage your quads. It's so important to do that so that the knees lift and you don't hyperextend. And then try to look at the belly button so you keep your neck relaxed. Good. Now from downward facing dog, shift your weight forward into plank. Nice and strong. And then find the plank squat, bend your knees, shift it back. This time, step your left foot forward to the front of the mat. Lower the back knee down, okay? Find your Venus Mudra, lift up into Anjaneyasana. Good. Slowly lower it back down. Take a half split. So just straighten out your front leg here, okay? When you straighten it out, the toes might still stay on the ground. You may want to make your blocks a little bit higher to support you. Or maybe the toes do lift up. That's comfortable for you. Then ground back into that foot, lift up both legs and straighten them out for pyramid pose. Okay? The idea is just to reach the heel back as much as you can. Okay? Keep your sacrum and your hips square here. Once you find that, you can reach forward with the heart and fold forward. Bend the front knee again, come back into this lunge. And then send it straight back to plank pose. You're going to lower yourself down as one solid straight line, or you could take knees, chest, chin. Slide the heart through, baby cobra. Send it up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Spread the feet about hip width apart and find your plank squat. Step your right foot forward, lower the back knee down. Venus Mudra with Anjaneyasana. Shine the heart forward, reach back with the mudra. And then come on down, frame that front foot. Take a half split, just straighten out your front foot. Good. Now bend the front knee, lift up the back leg, pyramid pose, straighten out both legs. Here you might even want to bring your back leg a little bit closer to you. Okay? The more you do it, the more fluid it will become. Shine the heart forward and fold. Bend the front knee, send it back to plank. Lower yourself down as one solid straight line. You can also always skip this part and move into the child's pose. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, plank squat, shoot the right foot forward. Stay in this high lunge. And then immediately just straighten out into pyramid. Bend your front knee, come to the front of the mat, forward fold. So shift the weight into your toes, away from your heels. Place the hands on the shins or on blocks. Take a halfway lift. Reach out to the tailbone, look up at the ceiling. And then find your Venus Mudra, take a full body extension. Reach up all the way. Urdhva Hastasana. Maybe a little back bend. And slowly fold back forward all the way down. And send your right foot straight back and down. Take your Anjaneyasana, lift up with Venus Mudra. Slowly lower it back down and shift it to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or slowly lower as one solid straight line. Lift up to baby cobra, push into your pelvis, push into the tops of the feet. Up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, shoot the right foot forward, stay up in your lunge. And then straighten out to pyramid pose. Just straighten out both your legs. Bend your front knee, come to the front of your mat, forward fold. Moving to your halfway lift. Rise up with your Venus Mudra to a full body extension. And slowly fold it back forward, shifting the weight to your toes, hands come to the ground. Send your left down, lift up to Anjaneyasana. And slowly come on back, plant the hands on the ground, send it back to plank. Good, lower through, one solid straight line, guys. You know where you're going with this. Take your vinyasa of choice. And meet me in a downward facing dog. Last round like this, well, on this side. Bend your knees. Shoot the right foot forward, left foot forward. You're in that lunge, and then immediately straighten out to pyramid. Straighten out both legs. Bend your front knee, come to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Move into your halfway lift. And then we're going to add a chair pose here. So just bend your knees, have a seat in your chair. Make sure you can see your front toes. Idea to root down into your base as you lift up out of yourself. Find that mudra, rise on up. And then find mountain pose. Place the hands at your side, engage your quads, broaden through your collarbone, relax your shoulders down. Swoop your hands back up high, bring your palms to prayer, fold forward into a forward fold. Send the left leg back and down. Lift up to Anjaneyasana. And then bring your left hand down next to your right foot. Lift up into a simple twist. So you're reaching your right hand high and front right knee over front ankle. Come on back down to frame your front foot. Send it back to plank. Now you can try chaturanga. The hands are right underneath your shoulders. You're going to shift the weight forward. Lower through halfway. Let the hip come through. Let the heart shine through. Straighten your arms for up dog. And then send your hip up and back with the navel tucked in for downward facing dog. Find a squat. Shoot the right foot forward into lunge. Straighten out both legs for pyramid pose. Fold forward. Bend the front knee, come to the front of your mat, forward fold. Take a deep inhale as you move into your halfway lift. Next breath will come into your chair. Rise up all the way, use your glutes, find that strength, add a back bend. And move into Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands come to your side, nice and active, feet are about hip width apart. Take a deep breath right here. And then swoop your hands up high, fold back down into forward fold. Send your right foot back and down. Lift up with your mudra to Anjaneyasana. And then go ahead and plant that right hand on the ground. Lift up to simple twist. Back right leg is super strong as our left arm reaches up. Come on back to frame that front foot, send it back. Take your vinyasa of choice. You can take chaturanga, you take knees, chest, chin, or straight lower. And then you'll take a child's pose. We'll all meet there. Okay, guys, let's keep going. Now, come back up to downward facing dog. Feet are about hip width apart. Okay, check in with that down dog. Make sure your form is right. Relax the head, don't hold tension there. Now this time we're going to bend your right knee and you're going to reach the left leg up towards the ceiling and then open up your hip on this side. So bend the knee, send the knee up towards the sky. Ground in through the right heel and push into your left hand so you don't lose that down dog formation, okay? Now go ahead and take that left foot, place it down in between your hands. Shift the weight forward. We're going to come up to warrior two. So I want you to turn your back leg so it's parallel to your mat. Front knees over front ankle. Swoop your hands up and around. Lift the frontal hip points. And hands come to your side for warrior two. Take a deep inhale and then stay for the exhale. Maybe you're going to go just a little bit deeper in your warrior two. Then flip your front palm around, reach forward, and tip it back for a peaceful warrior. But keep that front leg nice and strong. And then bring your left hand to your left thigh. Reach over for extended side angle. And now here you can broaden through your collarbone. Don't collapse down here, okay? So give yourself plenty of space to lift. Good. Now from here, we're going to find that simple twist again, okay? So you're going to take your right hand, you're going to come all the way down to frame that right next to your left foot, and then reach your left arm up. Simple twist. Good. Slowly lower it back down, send it back to plank. Okay, and then take your vinyasa of choice here. Downward facing dog. Other side, bend your left knee, lift the right leg, and open up the hip on this side. Keep your triceps turned in, biceps turned out, and then shoot that right foot forward in between your hands. Turn your back foot so it's perpendicular to your front and parallel to your mat. Lift up to warrior two. My back pinky toe, I'm pushing so much into that toe that I can feel the back arch lift, okay? And then push into the ball mount of your front toe and make sure that front knee is over your front ankle. Reach forward for peace, tip it back. This is coming from your oblique, right? And then send it into extended side angle. Bring your right arm to your right thigh and reach over with the left. And at this point, I feel one solid straight line in my left side. Simple twist. You're almost there, so just bring your left hand down on the ground. Keep your left leg really active as you reach up with the right. And slowly lower it back down, send it to plank. You can take a child's pose, knees touch chin, whatever you like. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, lift up the left, open up your hip. Warrior two on this side. Good. Flip the front palm around, tip it back for peaceful warrior. Okay, now since we're already reaching back, guys, straighten out that front leg. Grow nice and tall here in that front body. The front leg is so strong, and so is my back leg, almost shaking. And then we're going to come into triangle from here. So you're going to swoop that left hand around, send the right hip back. Place your left hand right on your left shin, okay? Or maybe you'll be able to grab your ankle, or you can place your hand on the outside, block on the outside of your foot, okay? Hug your right hip in, bring your navel in close to spine, and reach up with the right arm. If you want to turn your back leg out a little bit to make this stance more comfortable for you, you can do that. And then we want to open up through this hip flexor right here, right? So we're going to go really long in this foot without hyperextending. Protect your knee. My back leg is so strong, it's internally rotated. Then you can twist and open up through your torso. Keep the head relaxed, don't hold tension. And then you're going to bend that front knee from triangle and come to extended side angle. So just bring that left hand to your left thigh. Reach over. Go tall. Again, shoulders stay away from our ears, right? Keep them plugged on your back. And then come into that simple twist. Bring your right hand down onto the ground and reach up with the left. Make it nice and fluid. Climb down, frame that front foot. This time, come to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Move into that halfway lift. And then find a chair pose, but use your Venus Mudra. So have a seat in your chair with the mudra. Use it to lift you up out of your ribs. Reach back with your full body extension. And come all the way back down into a forward fold. You can hop it back this time. Okay? Or you can walk it back. And then take Chaturanga Dandasana, or Child's Pose, or your vinyasa of choice. Meet me in downward facing dog. Bend your left knee, lift up the right, open up your hip right away. Now shoot the right foot forward in between your hands. Rise up, warrior two. Take a moment of pause, check in with yourself. And then reach forward to tip it back for peace. And now we'll find that triangle pose. You're going to straighten out your front right leg. Keep the quad engaged. Remember, in Tadasana, we want that lifting of the knee. And then to find that triangle pose, just place your right hand on your right shin and reach up with the left arm. Remember, you can always grab a block here. Place it outside of your foot. Hug the left hip in, okay, and twist to the torso. Extended side angle. Bend your front right knee. Place the right forearm on your right knee and reach up with the left arm. Halfway to simple twist, place your left hand down on the ground, reach up with the right arm. Shoot it forward to the front of your mat, forward fold. Move into your halfway lift, feet are about hip width apart. You can let the toes touch if you'd like as you lift up to chair with your mudra. Maybe sitting a little bit lower this time. Really getting into your glutes. You can still see your toes and tuck that navel in. Rise all the way up and swoop it all the way forward. Hop, walk, step it back, Chaturanga, Child's Pose, or straight to downward facing dog. You take your pick. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Open up your hip. Send your right foot down in between your hand. Rise up, warrior two. Tip it back for peaceful warrior. Maybe you add a bind in this time. You're going to wrap your right arm around your back. Maybe you're going to grab hold of that left thigh. And then straighten out for triangle. You can still keep the bind, or you can let go and reach your right arm up. And then release the bind for your extended side angle. Shoot your right arm up and around. Maybe even this time, you can lift up both arms. Make it a little more challenging for yourself. Move to simple twist. Simply guide the right hand down to the ground. Reach up with the left arm. Strong in your right quad. Hop it forward to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Rises up. Venus Mudra for chair. Have a seat. Good. Now this time, guys, from your chair pose, come back down into forward fold. Good. Place your right hand on your right hip. Take your peace fingers. Grab hold of your left toe. Okay, slight micro bend in your right foot as you shift the weight to the right leg. And start to lift this leg off the ground, keeping that yogi toe lock. Okay? And you could stay right here if you'd like and work on your practice, on your balance. Find a place of focus. You could also open the leg up out to the side if you would like. You don't have to keep the lock. You can also straighten the leg out if it's in your practice to the side. Now from here, bend the leg back in, find a tree pose. Place your foot on the inside of your thigh, hands come to your heart with your mudra. Send the fingertips high. See if you can keep your balance for 2 or 3 more breaths. And I want you to step wide when you come out of your tree, okay? So just lift the leg up, step wide. It's a peace pose. Spread the hands out and just give it up to the sky, to the ceiling. Hands come to your heart, Tadasana, right? Feet are hip width apart, quads are engaged and lifted. Palms come to my side. Swoop the hands up and around, come back down to forward fold. Take your vinyasa of choice. Rinse through that. And then immediately you'll go ahead and lift up the right leg and open up the hip on this side. Shoot the right foot forward, lift up to warrior 2. Let's take that on this side, guys. Tip it back to peace. Maybe you take your bind. Straighten out that front leg, grow tall, and shoot into your triangle pose. You can keep the bind if you would like. And then bend your front knee, reach your right arm around, left arm around for extended side angle. If you took that challenge last time and lifted both hands, you could do that. And then come into simple twist, shoot the left hand down on the ground, reach up with the right. And then meet me at the front of your mat, forward fold. Venus chair with your mudra. Create this space in between your hip flexors by tucking your navel in, okay? Come back down into a forward fold. Take your left hand, grab hold of the left hip. Peace fingers, grab hold of your right toe. Shift your balance onto the left leg. Find your point of focus and lift. Leg can be out to the side like this, or you can straighten if that's in your practice. And then you'll guide it into tree pose. Okay, if you need to take a break before you do that, that's okay. Find your mudra. Externally rotate that right hip. You're going to step wide, take a breath, shoot it up. Step wide for peace. Open up your arms, let that go. Mudra comes back to your heart, step it into the center to Tadasana at the front of your mat. And then palms come to your side. Now I encourage you here, just take a moment, close your eyes if you can. Take a few deep breaths before we continue, and notice how you're feeling. Notice how you're feeling. Bring your hands to your Venus Mudra at the front of your mat, feet are hip width apart. Okay, let's keep going. Shift the weight over to your right leg. Peel your left foot off the ground. Okay. And we're going to come into a crescent. So you're going to shift that left foot all the way back. Come up high on the ball of the back foot. Okay? So find the ball of the foot, ball mound, right underneath your toe. If you want to keep the leg bent a little bit, you can totally do that. Okay. I'm going to switch so you can see me. It's easier. Good. Now from here, lift your mudra up, straighten out your front leg, go really, really tall, and then parallel the feet to come into a flying warrior. And then engage your inner leg line, so find the lifting of your arch and shoot your heart forward to come into a wide-legged straddle, wide-legged forward fold. We did this at the beginning of class, right? So we're back here. Go ahead and place your right hand in the center and lift up with the left arm. This is going to be opposite normally because now I changed sides, so I'm just pointing that out. And then come on back to the center. You can stay right here. You can walk your hands forward and just hang out in this wide-legged forward fold. Or you can take Skandasana with me. So walk your hands so they're in line with the feet, okay? And step your left foot out slightly as you begin to bend that left knee. You're going to start to walk your hands over towards that foot. Closer you get, you're going to lift up your toes on your left leg, your right foot, so it's up towards the sky. You can be right here. Maybe you'll be up on your toe, on your heels up a little bit. That's okay too. Or maybe find Venus Mudra at your heart. Okay? And you'll come into this full variation of Skandasana. And then place the hands down. Lift the hips up, Prasarita. So you're going to cross your whole body. Send it all the way to the front. Remember we had Anjaneyasana in the beginning of class? Lower the back knee down, find your Venus Mudra, rise on back up, okay? So we're back here, we were there earlier. Now we're gonna twist. So place your hands and your mudra right at your chest, okay? And turn over towards your right side. You can stay right here, or you can hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and open into a twist. Bring your mudra to your heart, and shoot the elbows away from each other. Good. Go ahead, come out of the twist. Shoot the hands back behind you and take an Ardha Hanuman. We did that earlier too, but this time we'll keep the hands lifted. Shoot the left leg down, shoot the right foot down, left hand comes next to it, lift up into a simple twist. So good. Come on back down, shift it back, plank. You're going to lower down, take your vinyasa of choice. And meet in downward facing dog. We have to get back to the front of our mat, okay? So if you want to hop it there, you can hop it there. You can step one foot at a time. You take your pick. You're ready to hop because you've been doing that the whole time, right? We've been building this squat. So find the squat. Look where you want to go. Lift the hips and fold forward. Halfway lift and neutralize it out. Rise all the way up with Venus Mudra. And to Tadasana for the second side. Feet are about hip width apart. Shift your weight over to the left leg. Peel your right foot off the ground. And then send it back to your high crescent. High on the ball of that back foot. Sorry. Keep the knee bent for balance or straighten out when you're ready. And then reach up with your mudra and straighten out your right leg. Parallel the feet to come into flying warrior. Shine the heart forward, take a wide-legged forward fold. Place the left hand on the ground, reach up with the right, twist. Come on back down, you can stay here, you can work to bring the forehead to the ground. You can walk your hands forward or take Skandasana. I would maybe shorten the stance a little bit. Okay? And then turn your right foot out, step out. Bend that right knee, walk your hands towards your foot. You can grab a block too. Okay? So you can hold on to a block here too. Or your hands can be on the ground, or your mudra's at your heart. And then slowly, navel comes close to spine. Come back to the center. Okay? And you're going to cross it over to the back. You're already here, right? So lower it down. Lift up to your Anjaneyasana. And then tuck your pelvis. Hands come to your heart. You can twist over towards the left. Actually, come back to the center. I forgot Ardha Hanuman. I don't want to forget that. Bend your hips back. Ardha Hanuman. Good. Plant the foot forward and then come into your twist. And you can hook your right elbow around your left knee. Or not. You don't have to. Whatever's comfortable for you. Good. Rise up out of that. Place your left hand on the ground. Lift up to simple twist. Good. Slowly lower it back down. Send it to plank. Good. Now you're just going to lower your knees down and take a child's pose. Just for a breath here. Good. Now from our child's pose, come into table and lift up to downward facing dog. And then we're just going to meet in the center of our mat. It's real easy. I just want you to walk your feet forward, walk your hands back, and find a space in the middle of your mat. Okay, take a forward fold, feet are about hip width apart. Maybe you'll grab hold of opposite elbow here, bend your knees, and rock side to side. Good. Rise up all the way. Venus Mudra above your head. Okay, bend your knees. We're going to hop. Bend your knees. Hop it wide. Okay, good. Now turn your toes out. You're going to find a goddess squat here. As much as you can externally rotate your legs. Okay, turn them out. Once you're there, you all right, Philip? Come on down into your squat. Okay, bring your mudra to your heart. We're just going to hang out here in our goddess pose. You can move a little side to side. Woo. If that suits you. Or you could just stay standing, stay still. Sometimes stillness feels better, sometimes movement feels better. Maybe you want to close your eyes, work on your balance. Maybe go a little lower as you get comfortable. And then rise all the way up. Woo. Walk the toes in a little bit, but still keep them wide. We're going to take it all the way down to Malasana. Hands come to the heart. Slowly lower all the way down. And then push your left fingertips into the earth. Open up your left hip. Reach up with the right arm. Take a twist. Maybe you take a bind. And then switch it over to the other side. Ground into your right fingertips. Open up that right thigh. And then maybe you take a bind. Good. Slowly lower it all the way down. Whew. Nice the feet out in front of you. Rock your knees side to side. Now from here, guys, straighten out onto your mat. Place the feet flat on your mat. Slowly one vertebra at a time. Lower it down. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. And give yourself a hug. Rock a little side to side. Place the feet back down onto your ground. Okay? And then we're going to just take a bridge pose here. So place the hands next to your hips, feet are on the ground. Walk the feet in as close to your hips as you can. And then push into your hands, push into the feet, use your glutes to lift. You can place a block in between your thighs just to make sure that the legs stay parallel and the pose is coming from your glutes and from the base of your body, not as much from the top. And then lift the chest towards the chin. Okay? Imagine there's a ball a little bit, like a little ping pong, underneath your chin, so you open your throat. And maybe you'll interlace the fingers and come onto the shoulder blades. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, you'll lower everything down. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Straighten out the left leg. And then cross the left leg over your body for a simple twist. Let the right knee fall. And then look over towards your left side. Come back to the center space. Hold on to the right knee. Put your left foot flat on the ground. And then straighten out your right leg. Try to keep the tailbone rooted down. Keep the foot flexed. And then guide it right over your body. Shifting your gaze over towards the right. Good. Come back to your center space, everybody. And then grab hold of the inside of your feet for a happy baby. Okay? And then guide the knees in towards your armpits, right here. Root your tailbone down on the ground. Feel the space being created in your hip flexors. Maybe you rock a little side to side. Maybe you want to straighten out one leg. Straighten out your other leg. A little crack in the knee. Good. Guide your knees in towards your heart. Bring your chin up to meet your knees in gratitude for the mind, the body, this practice. And then prepare for your Shavasana. So you're going to just straighten out your legs. Wiggle those toes out a little bit. And then place the palms next to your hips. Let the palms face upward. Hug your shoulder blades back onto your back. And then maybe you could cover your eyes with something if you would like. Or just gently close your eyes. You can also leave them open if that's better for you. For the next moment or so, you're just going to be here. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Time to breathe. And I'll guide you out of it after a minute has passed. The privileged lovers. The moon has become a dancer at this festival of love, this dance of light. This sacred blessing, this divine love, beckons us to a world beyond only lovers can see with their eyes of fiery passion. They are the chosen ones who have surrendered. Once they were particles of light, now they are the radiant sun. They have left behind the world of deceitful games. They are the privileged lovers who create a new world with their eyes of fiery passion. Bring your knees in towards your heart. Take a fetal position and make your way up to a comfortable seat at the front of your mat. When you arrive there, Venus Mudra at the heart in honor of love, love for ourselves, for our community, for the whole world that is going through this together. We are one, we are all connected. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. If you would like to donate to Beach Yoga SoCal to support us, you can Venmo Beach Yoga SoCal. We also accept Cash App and PayPal. You can DM us if you want to know how to do that. Other than there, stay hydrated, drink plenty of water after this, send me a message, let me know how the class was. Without seeing you guys, I don't get too much feedback, so your comments and your emails mean everything to me. Take care this week, stay safe and healthy. I'll be back on Wednesday with some yin yoga, so stay tuned to our social media and our newsletter to keep updated with all of that. You can find all of my classes on my YouTube channel called Yoga with V. Just easily look it up on YouTube. And so you can follow along in your own time if that's better for you. I miss you. I love you. I miss the beach. See you guys soon. Thank you.